Alright guys, we are just finishing up our first week of Season 1 and it is time to head into Season 2, and what better way to spend it than go over Mythic Plus dungeons, and we're going to start with the Dawnbreaker. This is strictly bosses. I think, after living through that first week of Tyrannical, I believe that we had some work to do as pug groups. I exist a lot within pugs, and I only want the best for them, so I want to put this video together, kind of some tips and tricks with the bosses that you will encounter, and like I said, here we are at Dawnbreaker. We open up our boss fight with Speaker Shadow Crown. At 50% and 0%, you gotta get off of that boat. I always touch 1 or 2 gold orbs that are flying around that make sure you're at a safe distance. During Heroic and all those other times I was trying Dawnbreaker and hated it, if you had watched my previous video of me just disliking Dawnbreaker. But here we are, now understanding it, playing and running through it. So get off the boat, then get back in, do it again at 0%, get back in, fly down, then you need to figure it out. In that same fight, healers will be dispelling burning shadows and heal off the absorb. Range, you gotta be, if you stand to the outside and bait collapsing darkness, that will help everybody, so then we can just move free and clear around the boat. And she will summon 3 laser beams that do rotate, and that rotate will differ based upon whatever she's feeling. You just got to pay attention. I'm a survival hunter, so I'm up there in the fight and seeing everything go on. So I just make sure I'm standing in that little clear spot, and then you're good. That boss is done. Then you got to go. You got to get ready to take flight off the boat, and you go to a noob. Bear with me. Ikaj will go, but we'll just say a noob in this dungeon in Dawnbreaker. So beat 3 mini bosses at a round town church, middle of town-ish, and then the, I don't know, another building. But beat them 3, and then you're on to the second boss. Biggest part of this boss is that dark orb. You have to make sure your tank places the boss at the fountain-ish area, so you have a long, clear path down the roadway so you can launch that orb. If it hits anything else within that immediate area, or even semi-close to everybody, you get popped. It does a lot of damage. Be wary of what you do with that, and always be paying attention to where you are pointing that. Now, starting week 2, I just finished a, a +5 just for fun. Just kicked the week off, and the new affix is there, and that makes you gotta run around a little bit and can make placing the orb a little bit sketchy, but just make sure you line it up down that long path. Terrifying Slam will be on the tank, so if you get out of it, it's because it will fear you, so I just launch back, you're good. Shadow Decay does high group damage, so I always help your healers out a little bit, pop a defensive, and then, you're good to go on that. Orbs, Terrifying, and then the high AoE damage. Then that's it. That boss is done, and this is just a 3-boss dungeon fight. It's really easy. Get a little taste of the raid here with Rashanan, who you got to fly back up to the boat, and it's a 2-phase with intermission. So first phase starts on the boat. You'll get rolling acid in both phases. Pay attention to which side of the acid is larger on. That is the side it will be going on. So do your party a favor, move off to the side, and you'll see later in phase 2 once you get off the boat, it does come in handy. Biggest part in phase 1 is throw the barrels. Your DPS is not as important as those barrels. Let's just put it that way. You got to go them. There's 3 of them. Your DPS, easiest people to get them. I even run back and get them. Disengage, cheetah, whatever I need to do to speed it up and throw it at him. Weakens him from 999 to 100 down to that. And he's probably sitting at, once you go through 2 rounds of the barrels, he leaves at about 62, 63%, depending on how much DPS you were doing on the side of with the barrels. So now we are skyriding down. I find it the easiest way. Grab 1 orb. A buddy of mine showed me this, that you can grab 1 or 2 and then fly under the bridge and then wait for him, so you don't have to go through the whole driving around experience with him. Get a couple, stand there and wait, get your mentally prepped for this. So like I said, the second phase will continue with the acid, the rolling acid, so make sure of that. You will also get web drops on players that, spread out, put the outside, that the acid will get away, but it will leave an acid puddle behind, but better that than webs. So drop it off to the side, then jump back in. You got to make sure you break the tether of the web, or it will do some nasty damage to you. I found out the hard way. I believe I was running at 7, and yeah, disappeared off to right that. I couldn't get out fast enough, so that sucks. And then throughout the fight, I think in both, he does that web, shoots a V, like up into the center or wherever it is. So just dodge that. And that's it. That is the 3 bosses of Dawnbreaker. Real short, sweet, and easy. Learning to actually really enjoy the dungeon. I look forward to it. It has been on the easier side, fortunately. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on my next Mythic Plus boss breakdown. See ya.